Hidden deep in the English countryside stands a centuries-old mansion known as Dalston Hall. Today, it's a place where couples celebrate weddings, families gather for special occasions, and guests expect nothing more than a peaceful stay. But according to countless visitors, not everyone inside this hall is alive. Over the years, guests have reported seeing a lonely woman staring silently through the windows of room 4. Others claim they've heard children laughing from an empty bedroom. Some have described the sound of heavy barrels rolling through the cellar in the middle of the night. And then there's the story that has terrified visitors for decades. A mysterious black mist, an entity locals have come to know as Mr. Fingernails. So, are these nothing more than ghost stories? Or is Dalston Hall hiding a dark history that refuses to stay buried? For decades, Dalston Hall has earned a reputation as one of Cumbria's most talked about haunted locations. Whether you believe in ghosts or not, the number of stories connected to this place is difficult to ignore. One of the most well-known reports comes from room 4. Several guests have claimed that late at night they noticed a woman standing outside the window. She wasn't knocking. She wasn't calling for help. She simply stood there, staring into the room with a sorrowful expression. According to some witnesses, the figure vanished only seconds after being noticed. Others said she disappeared the moment they looked away. No footprints, no explanation, just silence. Over time, many locals began referring to this mysterious figure as Emily. Who Emily was, and why people believe she's still seen at Dalston Hall. We'll come back to that later. Because room 4 isn't the only place with disturbing stories. Another location that continues to attract attention is room 12. Guests have reported hearing what sounds like children laughing, soft footsteps running across the floor, even quiet whispers coming from inside the room. The strange part, many of these reports happened while the room was completely empty. Some visitors opened the door expecting to find children playing. Instead, there was no one there. Staff members have shared their own experiences as well. Several employees have described hearing unexplained noises coming from the cellar beneath the building. Heavy objects, rolling sounds, as if large wooden barrels were being dragged across the stone floor. Naturally, they went down to investigate. But every single time, the cellar was completely empty. Nothing had moved. Nothing seemed out of place. Yet the sounds continued. Then there is one of Dalston Hall's oldest ghost stories, the Gray Lady. Witnesses describe seeing a woman dressed in pale gray clothing, quietly walking through the upper gallery before disappearing without a trace. She never speaks. She never interacts with anyone. She simply appears, walks, and vanishes. Some believe she is connected to one of the families who once lived here. Others believe she's something far older. But none of those stories are as unsettling as the legend of Mr. Fingernails, unlike the other reported spirits. This one isn't described as a human figure. Witnesses have claimed seeing a dark black mist moving through parts of the building, especially near the cellar. A few even claimed they could make out unusually long fingers stretching from within the darkness. That's where the nickname came from, Mr. Fingernails. Whether those witnesses truly saw something supernatural, or whether fear simply played tricks on their minds, no one knows. Over the years, paranormal investigators have visited Dalston Hall hoping to uncover the truth. Some reported sudden cold spots, unexplained sounds, strange readings on their equipment, and an overwhelming feeling that someone was standing just behind them, even when no one was there. Of course, none of these claims have ever been scientifically proven. But the stories never stopped. Year after year, new guests arrive, and somehow, new reports continue to appear. Which raises one unsettling question. If so many people have experienced something inside Dalston Hall, where did these stories begin? And who was Emily? To answer that, we have to go back several centuries to understand why Dalston Hall became surrounded by so many legends. We have to look briefly at its past. Built in the late 16th century by the Dalston family, the hall was originally designed as a fortified manor during a time of border conflicts and political unrest. Its thick stone walls and narrow windows were built for protection, not comfort. Over the next 4 centuries, the building survived changing owners, civil unrest, and the passage of time, before eventually becoming the hotel and wedding venue visitors know today. As the years passed, the building changed, but the stories never did. Visitors continued, reporting unexplained encounters. Staff members quietly shared unusual experiences, and locals began connecting those strange sightings to a woman known only as Emily. But here's the strange part. Unlike the historical owners of Dalston Hall, no official historical record clearly identifies an Emily whose story matches the legend. Instead, her story survives through local folklore, passed from one generation to the next. According to the legend, Emily was a young woman deeply in love. She waited and waited for someone who never returned. Some versions claim she was abandoned. Others say tragedy separated the couple before they could be together. Whatever the truth may have been, the legend says Emily's heartbreak never left Dalston Hall. Even today, many believe the sorrowful woman seen outside room 4 is still waiting, still searching for someone who never came home. But Emily isn't believed to be the only spirit tied to Dalston Hall. According to local stories, several other unexplained figures may also have their own connection to this centuries-old building, and that's where the legends become even darker. Over the years, visitors have reported seeing more than just one ghost inside Dalston Hall. If local legends are to be believed, Emily was only the beginning. One of the oldest stories connected to the hall is the legend of the Gray Lady. Witnesses describe her as a woman dressed in pale gray clothing, quietly walking along the upper gallery before disappearing without making a sound. She never speaks. She never acknowledges anyone. She simply appears, as if she's replaying the same journey over and over again. No one knows exactly who she was. Some local stories link her to one of the noble families who once lived at Dalston Hall. Others believe she's the spirit of a woman whose life ended in sorrow, but no historical record has ever confirmed her identity, and that's what makes the legend so unsettling. Then there's the mysterious presence people call Mr. Fingernails. This entity is rarely described as human. People who claim to have encountered it often describe a dark mist moving silently through the cellar. Some say the air suddenly becomes freezing cold. Others report an overwhelming feeling that someone is standing just inches behind them. A few witnesses even claimed they noticed long, thin fingers emerging from the darkness. A detail so disturbing that locals eventually gave the figure its chilling nickname, Mr. Fingernails. Whether that name came from fear or from something people genuinely witnessed, no one can say for certain. The stories don't end there. Some visitors have spoken about doors opening on their own, footsteps echoing through empty hallways, objects appearing in places where they hadn't been left, and sudden cold spots that seem to move through the building. Individually, each experience might have a simple explanation, but together, they've helped build Dalston Hall's reputation as one of the most haunted locations in Cumbria. Naturally, these stories attracted paranormal investigators. Over the years, several investigation teams have visited the hall hoping to find answers. Using cameras, audio recorders, and other paranormal equipment, investigators searched every corner of the building after dark. Some investigators claimed they captured unexplained sounds. Others reported sudden equipment malfunctions, cold spots, and strange sensations they couldn't explain. However, none of those investigations have produced evidence that's been universally accepted by the scientific community. Skeptics argue that old buildings naturally produce unusual sounds. Changes in temperature, aging wooden floor, poor lighting, and the power of suggestion can all influence what people think they see or hear. Believers, on the other hand, point to one simple fact. The reports have continued for decades from different guests, different staff members, and different investigators, many of whom had never met each other. So, Could every one of those people have imagined the same things? Or is there something inside Dalston Hall that refuses to be explained? Today, Dalston Hall still welcomes wedding guests from across England. Most people leave with nothing more than happy memories, but every so often, another unexplained story is added to its history. Whether those experiences are caused by psychology, coincidence, or something science has yet to explain remains unknown. Dalston Hall has stood for more than 4 centuries. Its history is documented. Its ghost stories are not. Somewhere between historical fact, local folklore, and personal experience, the truth may still be hiding inside those ancient stone walls.
So what do you think? Was this simply a tragic case of shared delusion? Or do you believe there are still parts of this story that can't be explained? Let me know in the comments. And if you enjoyed this, subscribe for more real mysteries, crimes, and horror cases from around the world.